Well, the 5 is going to be pushing over to the west. And if we take the Russian feed into account, let's see if I can get this back open. Here's the Russian feed. Okay, so this is showing us the last few earthquakes reported by Russia. Notice this, again, 4.4, not reported by the USGS or Europeans, right in between our zones that are moving. Right along our red arrow, 4.4 in Siberia, Russia. So, 4.9 plus a 4.4, guess what that equals, guys? 5.04. It equals a 5. So Iran swarming with a 5 behind it. Guess what this means? This means the potential for a 4.9 to 5.0 earthquake to strike down in South Greece, western Turkey, and the Mediterranean right near Crete. You see where our red arrow bends? Okay, where the red arrow bends, there is now a potential for a 5.0 earthquake in the next 48 hours. Why 48 hours? Well, because we have a 5 behind here. It only takes 48 hours, normally, for pressure to get from Asia over into the Mediterranean. It follows the arrows like a roadmap. So that means once a 4.9 to 5 strikes in Crete, that means more like a 4.5 is going to strike along our plate boundary in central Italy again. So central Italy within 48 to 72 hours, within 3 days, let's get our date on here. Today's the 25th. By the night of the 28th, I should be reporting to you by 10 p.m. on the 28th that we're going to be seeing a 4.5 back here in Italy. That's assuming that there's no other greater activity between now and then, of course. I mean, if we see other large earthquakes strike out here, then, of course, we will up the magnitude for Europe. So 5, again, potential down in Greece at Turkey, 4.5 potential in central Italy. It's not going to stop there, though. Once the 4.5 hits in central Italy, then we're going to see something even more rare occur. We're going to see a new set of earthquakes break out up here in North Germany, near my people, the Dutch. Maybe even right in Holland or at the Belgian border. And it should be a magnitude less than what strikes in Italy, so the most it would go up to, would be 3.5. So it's not that big of a deal. It'll be just enough to shake things up and catch people off guard. You know, people in Germany and Holland will be like, what? But we'll tell them it's because of a 4.5 that's striking down in Italy and a 5 potential in Greece, and it pushes across Europe, goes out to the North Mid-Atlantic Ridge, ultimately. Same time that happens, when the 3.5 or near 3.5 strikes up here near Holland, then we're also going to see a near 3.5 break out from Algeria to Gibraltar, where our other red arrow is. Because pressure, like water, when a flood is occurring and water, a deluge is coming down a river, and imagine that water hits a fork in the road or a fork in the river. Which way do you think the water is going to take? Well, most of the water is going to take the greater incline or decline away from the flood. So it's going to go downhill. But if it reaches a point where there's a fork in the river, the water takes both directions. Some of it goes some way, some of it goes the other. So, in this case, I believe that when the 4.5 hits in Italy, it's going to put pressure up towards North Europe and out to the west, past Gibraltar. 3.5s in both locations are due, okay? Not a big deal, just enough to shake things up and get people's attention. And they'll be like, why is an earthquake striking? And you can tell them. All right, you can tell them pressure is transferring over from the Mideast. Say, hey, are you aware there was a 5 in the Mideast? It's coming your way. And they'll say, I didn't know earthquakes transferred across the areas. Wait a second, guys. Hold on. Hold on. This is a joke. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? When did this occur? 220:57.7 UTC. Now, how the hell did we miss this? This already hit. They just put this on the map? Hold on. 2:20:57 UTC. What time is it now? 5? They put it on 3 hours ago? Why wasn't it on there when I just did my update? They must have just put this sucker on there while I was talking. Well, you know what? Go ahead and cancel the warning for my people at the Dutch border. Look, a 2.1 hit. They just put it on the map. Look. Look at this. Look where it hit. Okay. Well, isn't that wonderful? Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to still issue the 3.5 warning for the location. Now it shouldn't be a shock. It shouldn't be a shock at all now. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? There it is. What the heck? It wasn't on there a minute ago, and now it is. So it hit early. It hit at 2:20. It's now 5. That's 3 hours ago. So hit at 2:20 UTC. It's now 5:03 UTC. Okay.